Hello, I thought I'd make a little video about this process of the course repository. There's just a lot of information, and it would be a lot easier, or um, it would be better to put it all into a video instead of trying to write it all out or document it. I may document it sometime in the future, um, but I wanted to get this out to you as soon as possible. So we are going to start with this course repository. We're going to start um, at a point where I believe you're already familiar with creating, let's say that you've already created uh, an organization, a course repository organization, and you've already uploaded all of your sections to that course repository. So we have an organization that houses all of our sections right now. Now, when we want to share this out or copy these out to another organization, we need to put it in what we call a catalog. Um, and what this allows us to take um, specific sections and put it into a collection so that you can share it off to an organization. You may have an organization that uses the same, say, math or science or whatever. They may use the same courses, but they don't use all of the same courses. You may have an organization that only uses eight of them, where some of them will use six or 10 or 12 of them. This allows you to use the same sections and create uh, a um, course catalog, sorry, and that will allow you to share those down to the different areas. So I have two here that have already been created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new one just to show how the process works. So you'll click New Catalog, give it a name. I'm just going to say that this is science because I'm dealing with my sections are uh, basically school subjects. So um, the names and things that I'll be working with here is related to high school. So we have the name of the catalog is science, and what we need to do is go ahead and put a category in, and this is basically so the catalog um, is the wrapper, and then we have different, say, wrappers underneath that hold the courses. Now, most courses only have one category, so you may just, I mean, you can put in science, and that's fine. But you do need to put in a category underneath the name of the catalog. So at this point, we have our catalog, we have our category, and then we're going to add items. And so we click the add items. We can either search up here, and you can search by either the name of the section or the section ID. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and add these four classes into my science uh, catalog here and click done. And then what I want to do is there's a few other, once you've added your sections to your catalog, you need to um, go over to the options tag. And now, as far as publishing model, for yours, you'll probably need to select available to purchasers. The available to members is those that have a subscription, kind of like Netflix, where you get everything for one price. That would be a membership. But here, since you're selling each course for a price, you would be purchasers. And then your pricing model, you wouldn't need to fill this out. Now, since you do have um, an access limit, however long it is, whether it's 90 days, 60 days, you would just put the days in here, and then you can go ahead and click save at this point, and this will save your course catalog. Now, um, when you create a course catalog, there's two different ways that you can um, get these catalogs uh, out to your different organizations. The first one is sharing, and then the second one is copying. Now, uh, these names they're pretty self-explanatory, but let me give you the specifics of each one. The sharing is you'll share this down to whatever organizations you need to, but you have one master copy in the course repository. So the course repository will be the main repository. Anything that if you, any changes that need to be made can be made there to the section in the course repository, and all of those changes will be made down to all of the organizations that it's sharing to. So you only have to make changes once. With copying a catalog, you're actually making a physical copy of your catalog. So if you update the catalog inside the course repository, it will not change anything that has been copied down. It's very similar to, any kind of, data copying or data sharing or anything like that. So sharing, you have one repository, any changes are shared down, and then copying, you're making different copies all the way down. Now, once we have that done, go ahead and click back or I'm sorry, I completely um, overstepped the sharing. So let me go back and I'll click on sharing here. Now, when you pick the way you pick the organization that you want to share this down to, you'll use the drop down menu, and you don't click here on Winterhold or your main unless you want to share it down to everything. Um, so unless you want to share it down to everything, don't go ahead and click here. What you'll want to do is you see that um, we have several organizations here, and we can copy um, this one science course catalog down to multiple uh, organizations. So each one of these organizations, they'll receive the same course catalog. Now, once you've selected the uh, organizations that you want to share the course catalog with, you'll go ahead and look over here, make sure this is shared. Now, this next option here, shared with new descendants, what will happen is if you click this, um, any new descendants or any new sub organizations that are added to these organizations that are selected will automatically have the course catalog shared with it. So there under Windhelm, if you decide to put another uh, sub organization under that, once that sub organization is created, the catalog is automatically shared with that sub organization. Now, this is different than just these two buttons down here. These two buttons down here are share with descendants and unshare with descendants. So what the buttons are is, do you want to share with the sub organizations that are currently existing under the organization. If you want to share it with those sub orgs, then you can click Share Descendants. If you do not, you just click Unshare Descendants and it won't share it with any of the descendants of that course catalog or of that organization. But we do want to go ahead and share with our sub organizations. So I'll click Share Descendants and then click on Whiterun and click Share Descendants. So now that we have all of these check marked, then we can click Save, and then we have the success message. So what we can do is just go ahead and on the left-hand side, click our organization that we want to see. And here we have all of our science options. Now, don't be confused with how many that there are here. Um, Only one course catalog has been shared, but each one of these course catalogs is for one is for each suborg, and then one is for um, any of the suborgs that are added after you shared it down. So please don't be confused that there's three here. I know it can be kind of confusing, but the it's only copied down one of the science course catalogs, but it shows up three times because it's um, being shared down to other suborgs. So you see these here, and then let's go ahead and click down to one of the suborgs, and we'll go to the dashboard, and we can see here that this science um, course catalog is being shared with Iverstead here. And now we'll go to Kennisgrove and we see the same thing. We see that the uh, course is being, or the catalog is being shared down. Now we can share down course repositories that are specific to a sub organization. When we had our discussion about sections and sections having unique IDs, we can have a section that has a unique ID that has one or more sections that are unique to this sub-organization. So this is a math class. It's the same math class as all the math classes, except it has one or more lessons that are specific to this sub-organization or to this class. So we've created a section that has a unique name that says Iverstead on it. What we can do to share this down is we'll go back to course catalogs, and then we'll create a new course catalog. Now, we can either create a new one or we can duplicate one that's already here and add uh, that specific course to it. What I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and create a new catalog and just say that this is math and click OK. And then create a category, which is algebra. Click OK. And then I'm going to add, let's go ahead and add these two sections. Now, the section, it won't show the unique ID directly here, but if you mouse over and wait for the tooltip to come up, you can see the unique name showing up for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and since this one has the Iverstead uh, unique ID, I'm going to add that one. And then I'm going to add the semester 2 and then click done. Then go over to the options I'm going to say this is available to purchasers, and they have it available for 90 days, and then click save. Then I'm going to come over here to sharing, and I want to open up this tree all the way to Iverstead. So I'm only sharing this course or this course catalog with this one um, sub organization, and it is shared. And I don't need to click share descendants or unshare descendants or anything like that. And typically, when you have a suborg, it won't have new descendants. But if it happens, to where you have suborgs that will have descendants, you can click here. But typically, you only have one main org and then descendants from that main org. And then what I'm going to do is click save, and we have our success message. That means that um, this course catalog has been saved all the way down to Iverstead. So let's click on Windhelm. Now you see that Windhelm, it has a map, but when you click here in Iverstead, and let's go to the dashboard for Iverstead, you see this math catalog here. But in Kennisgrove, they still have the science. They do not have the math that was sent down. So it is only shared with Iverstead. Now you'll see it coming through um, when you get to the dashboard on Windhelm. Uh, you do not have a shared catalog of math here, but you do see it on the sections, or not sections, I'm sorry, course catalogs, because it is bypassing Windhelm. So it is going through Windhelm to Iverstead. So you do have one, it shows your course catalogs that have been shared, and it's shared down through Windhelm to Iverstead. And as I said, this could be kind of confusing, but just know that if you see multiple here, that means it's been shared to multiple suborgs or the org and suborgs. Okay, and just one other thing that I want to cover on this is the copying. So I'm going to take this, go into this algebra and look at it. So I have the algebra semester ones there, and then the algebra semester two. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this down to Whiterun. So when I copy it down to Whiterun, you won't see the checkbox like you see in the sharing, because you're just selecting the org. Now, as you can see, there's no arrows here, so you can't share this, or you can't copy it down to a suborg. So if you do want to have this go to a suborg, you have to copy it down to the main org and then either share it or copy it from there down. So we're going to go ahead and click copy. And this does take about 15, 20 seconds to process when you copy, because it's basically making a physical copy and moving it into the directory for this. And then we get the success message saying that the copying was successful. And so we're going to go back and then click Whiterun on the orgs. And you can see here where in our course catalog dropdown, we have owned catalogs. So here's our owned, and it says that it's the organization that owns it is Whiterun. Now, if we click over here to shared, we do have these sciences that were previously that we in the previous step that we shared down. So we have shared the science down from the course repository, but when we look at the owned, we copied the actual algebra courses, we copied those too. So a physical copy of this is on this org, and then we're just sharing the others. So I hope this quick run through of what a course repository is and what it does. I hope this helped you. Um, Now, if you have any questions about, copying or sharing or, course catalogs or anything like that, just let me know. And I can put something together for you or answer your questions. And so there we go. And I hope you have a wonderful day.